Welcome back to this healing space. Today, I would like to talk about change, and it's really something that we constantly experience, right? And that is actually the only constant in this world. And yet, there are parts of us that we don't want to change, but there is also a very big part of us that we know that we really need to change, right? And as we are going through our life, we really see patterns of behavior that we know is not, helping us or serving us, but it is actually hurting us. It is limiting us, right? So, change is something that we really need to do, but at the same time, it is the most challenging, right? Because as we go through life, it is really a constant process. Yeah, so it is like just like when we go to school, right? We have to go through all the stages from like grade one to like elementary years, and then we go to high school, and then we go to now the senior high, and then we go to college. So it is also with life that we will go through the different stages of our life, and every stage we will always face uh, you know a kind of a phase that we we will be called to to change, because without change then there is no how do you call it, then we become the same over and over, and it is constant. And and actually the human nature, or the human mind actually doesn't like that. So the human mind really loves new things, novel things. It likes to try something new. That's why, right, when we keep on eating something, a certain food, and if we eat it over and over again, then at some point we really don't like it, right? Because that is the nature of our mind. It wants to experience something new. So it is also with life that we will go through different changes, because we will experience a new part, like a new aspect of ourselves. However, even if we know that, there is something that we need to change in our life. For example, if we have a very negative habit, right, like procrastination, or like getting late, or anything, or any kind of habit that is not going to be beneficial for us, right? It is not going to make our life better. It is not going to add any value to our life, and it is not going to bring us closer to the goals, that we want to achieve in life. So there are habits, there are patterns in our way of thinking, feeling, and doing that we know at some point we need to change. But why is it so hard? So one perspective that I was able to realize as I was also going through my own journey, like after knowing a lot of stuff, knowing a lot of tools like healing tools, and learning more about the universal truths of life, and having a bigger perspective of how life happens, and yet still I was fighting for my life, and struggling to change certain patterns of myself, which I already know that is not helping me anymore. It's just very hard. For example, the biggest limiting belief that I carried through childhood is that I'm not good enough. So this pattern really, created life experiences for me that will show me that, I'm not good enough. So even if I was teaching a lot of people, I was already helping and might be inspiring, more people. And yet when you go home, there's still this small voice inside you that is going to say that, it's not good enough. what are you doing? Like, so those patterns still remain with me for many years. When I started my journey, when I became a healer way back in 2010, I had the tools to make the changes, but I was also not able to do that. And then I realized that one another reason, okay, there are a lot of reasons that it is very hard to change. So one reason that I am able to realize and really deeply understand is that sometimes we just need more life experiences. We have to experience that thing over and over and over and over again until at some point, then we will arrive at a certain point that we will really say that, okay, I have enough. And that happened to me. So actually, that pattern that I had, I think I was able to clean it up just, I think, a year ago. Like, I could really feel that it was like I was able to really release that because I had enough life experiences showing me that, okay, you're not good enough. I'm not able to receive love, or how do you call that? When people acknowledge you. So I'm not able to feel grateful, you know, for the things that I am doing. So it really took some time. And so one reason that we need to experience that over and over again is because we need the life experience. And so I can really see that our life experience is really powerful. Of course, that is the most powerful because that is really why we are here, right? The main reason that why we are here in this physical world is to have all these experiences. We don't want it to be just, we'll just know it intellectually. So I learned a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of higher levels of truth about life, but that was still intellectual. So it took me time to really bring it down to the level that it becomes a part of me. So it took some years, and like I had to experience the negative pattern over and over and over again until finally I reached a point that, okay, now I have enough of this experience and I do not need it anymore. So it's like a tree that, when the leaves will just die and wither and it will just fall on its own. You don't have to do anything about it because the time has come. And so that is really one of my main realizations, and I share that to my clients that if you are struggling right now, even if we're going through the process and we're really trying hard to change, and if the change is still not happening, then another reason is that we still need to gather more life experience because we really want to have a bodily experience of that thing, that knowledge. And when it becomes enough for us, all the experience in the body is enough for us to really say, okay, now I understand. Now I understand. And so I don't have to experience it anymore. And in just one moment, you will just have change of heart. It's really instant, like how it happened to me. There's no more struggle. But of course, the process of going through some healing and clearing exercises, that also helps a lot. Okay, but apart from all these things, even if you're doing all this stuff and still it's not happening, the change is still not happening. So that's why I am sharing with you that another major reason is because we need more life experience for that. And once that is enough, automatically in a heartbeat, we will just create the change. So I guarantee that, I promise, because I experienced it. I have seen it with my other clients also. And so please don't be disheartened if whatever you are going through, if you are in a place in your life that you're not happy, and if you're struggling with something, Just tell yourself that when the time is right, when I have enough experience of this, I will be able to let this go, just like that. Okay? So I hope you learned something today. I hope you'll be able to, um, experience this in your life. And if you want, you can share it with me. But I'm really grateful that I'm able to share this with you. Okay? So till next time, I will see you all. Bye bye.